Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Kiki.
And I'm Matt.
And today we are reading part 2 of our Greek mythology called King Midas and the Golden Touch. And Matt, after reading part 1 yesterday, it reminds me of, something that we actually use daily in modern day. Like when we're talking to each other, we would sometimes use something, he has the golden touch.
Right, yeah, that's right. You can say someone has the golden touch or the Midas touch, actually. And that, of course, directly relates to this story. And it means that everything someone does turns to gold or is successful. So especially in work or business, if every kind of job this person takes on is successful and can make lots of money, you might say that they have a golden touch or a Midas touch.
Okay, so when we think about the story, we kind of think of a greedy king. But if we use this phrase in our daily lives, it actually can make a situation seem a lot more positive.
Right, it's a good thing to say if someone has a golden touch or a Midas touch. It's not a bad thing at all. It probably means they're very good at business or whatever it is that they're doing with their golden touch.
Okay, well, let's go back to our story's King Midas and see what his golden touch is like.
As soon as King Midas woke up, he started touching things. They all turned into gold. Midas was very excited and pleased. His golden touch made everything more precious. Then Midas sat down to have breakfast with his daughter. However, the golden touch stopped him from eating and drinking.
Hello, today we are looking at part 2 of King Midas and the Golden Touch. So last time we just found out that he had been given this golden touch power by a god, but he wouldn't get it until the next morning at sunrise.
Okay, so I'm sure King Midas was so excited he couldn't go to bed that night. So let's find out. As soon as King Midas woke up, he started touching things. Oh, that's very interesting. I don't usually wake up in the morning and start touching this thing and that, but he must have been really excited and wanted to see if he got his power.
Right, well, I wonder if he was already maybe a bit uncomfortable because his pillow was already made of gold, or his sheets and his bed would have been quite hard if they had already turned to gold. Okay, so getting back to our story, they all turned into gold. Midas was very excited and pleased. Okay, so that adjective there, pleased, means that someone is happy, usually with the result of something that has happened. So in this case, he's pleased or he's happy because the things he touched have turned to gold. So he's happy that his new power works the way that he had hoped it would work, and he's now going to have gold everything. So it's very exciting. All right, well, let's go to Tina.
Hi, I'm Tina. 今天要继续来听故事《米达斯国王和他的点金术》。神给了米达斯国王点金术以后，米达斯一醒来就开始碰触各种物品，它们全部都变成了黄金。米达斯对这个神奇的能力非常高兴。那课文里提到这个单字 pleased 形容词就表示愉悦的，感到满意的。The teacher was pleased with Emily's progress. 老师对 Emily 的进步感到满意。文法的部分刚刚提到了 wake up 醒来， wake 的三态是 wake, woke, woken。比如说Jason woke up early to catch the bus. Jason 早起赶公车。接着我们回到课文当中。
Thanks, Tina. So back to our story. His golden touch made everything more precious. So everything he touched turned into gold. So it has become more precious. For example, maybe he touched a piece of tissue that was worth nothing, but now that he touched it, it's golden, it has value now, and it has become more precious. When something is described to be precious, it means that it has value, or it has become more expensive, and it can cost a lot of money to get, or it might be really hard to obtain this thing. So it is described to be precious.
All right, getting back to our story. Then Midas sat down to have breakfast with his daughter. All right, so he's, already finished touching random things. He's now built up an appetite. He's hungry. So he's going to sit down with his daughter and have breakfast because, he's already got all the gold. So now it's time to move on to the thing he loves the second most, which is his daughter.
However, the golden touch stopped him from eating and drinking. Well, of course, because if he touched his food, he wouldn't be able to eat it because it's gold.
Wow, so everything, like even if it touches his mouth, is going to turn into gold. So that means that he can't eat, he can't do a lot of things really. If everything he's going to touch is going to become gold, there's going to be lots of gold everywhere and he's going to be very hungry.
Wait, so if he took a bath in a bathtub, would that turn into gold?
I guess so. If he can't drink liquids, then I guess liquids can also turn to gold. So maybe so. All right, well now let's go to Tina.
点金术让所有东西变得更有价值，但是当米达斯要坐下来和他的女儿吃早餐时，点金术却让他没办法吃饭和喝水。我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 precious 形容词，昂贵的，有价值的。The museum has a precious painting on display. 博物馆展出了一幅贵重的画作。Display 指的是陈列、展出。接着我们回到课文当中。
Thanks, Tina. All right, so now we know that he's not able to eat. King Midas can't eat or drink, so this magic power is not working out very well for him. But I wonder if he can find a way to get around that problem.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm worried about? His daughter.
Uh-oh. Wow. Let's find out what happens when we come back for the second part of the story.
That concerned Midas. His daughter noticed that and quickly threw her arms around him. Midas hugged his daughter back and gave her a kiss. When there was no answer from her, Midas realized what he did. He turned his daughter into gold.
All right, and we're back. So just now, Midas has found out that his magic power of turning things into gold is stopping him from eating and drinking because you can't chew gold and if it's hard to swallow gold water. All right, so getting back to the story, that concerned Midas. All right, so to concern someone means to make them worried or nervous. So of course, if you find out that you can't eat or drink anything, that's going to make you very worried, going to make you think that something is very wrong and that you might be in trouble because you need food and water just to live, so you can't live on gold alone.
Okay, well, continuing with the story, his daughter noticed that and quickly threw her arms around him. So she saw that her dad, her father, was looking a little worried or nervous because he can't eat anything. And of course, as a concerned daughter, she would want to make her dad feel better. Especially, this is a young girl, right? So if she sees her dad feeling bad, she wants to go and hug him. So she quickly threw her arms around him. So let's talk about this phrase. When somebody throws their arms around another person, this is when we describe somebody to be hugging someone. They're going around because usually you'll kind of put your arms around somebody. So you are throwing your arms around somebody to hug them. Right. So you can say, my dad threw his arms around my mom when they haven't seen each other in months.
Okay. All right, well now let's go to Tina.
无法正常吃饭和喝水这件事让米达斯开始担心，他的女儿就上前抱住他，想要安慰他。我们来看看刚刚课文里提到的单字 concern 动词使担心。The bad weather concerned all the travelers. 恶劣的天气让所有旅客都十分担心。Traveler 指的就是旅客。文法的部分提到了 A throws A's arms around B。A 拥抱 B， 意思跟 A hugs B 是一样的。Throw 可以用 put 来代替。我们来看看这个例句。When Emma threw her arms around Michael, he smiled. 你也可以说 When Emma put her arms around Michael, he smiled. 也就等于 When Emma hugged Michael, he smiled. 当 Emma 抱住 Michael 时，她笑了。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, and we're back. So just now, Midas's daughter has thrown her arms around him because he was concerned that he can't eat. So now let's get back to the story. Midas hugged his daughter back and gave her a kiss. Okay, so this might not have been the best thing to do for Midas at this point in time, but he hugged her. So to hug someone, hug is a verb, and to hug means to embrace someone by wrapping your arms around them and holding them tightly. And this is usually as a sign of affection, meaning that you like or love someone and you want to show them that, so you hold them close and tight. So in this case, he has hugged her back because she has just thrown her arms around him, meaning she has hugged him first, and then he has hugged her back to show that he also cares about her. But this might not have been a good idea because he does have that new magic power.
Well, remember when I said I was worried about the daughter? Let's find out what happens. When there was no answer from her, Midas realized what he did. He turned his daughter into gold. Oh, that's really sad.
Well, he's also got a gold girl now, so that's pretty good because he likes gold and he likes his daughter. Now he's got a gold daughter.
Does that mean his daughter is even more precious now?
Maybe for him. I mean, he loves gold. He loves his daughter. Gold plus daughter equals the best.
Let's go to Tina.
之后呢，米达斯回报了女儿，并亲了她一下。女儿没有回应，这时米达斯才意识到自己做了什么。他竟然把他的女儿变成了金雕像。好哦，我们来看看单字 hug 动词，刚刚有提到这个字哦，意思是拥抱。Selena hugged her best friend at the airport. Selena 在机场拥抱了她最好的朋友。文法的部分刚刚提到了 A gives B a kiss. A 亲吻 B。Kiss 在这里是名词，意思是吻。我们来看看这个例句。Tom gave his daughter a kiss before bed. Tom 在睡前亲吻了他的女儿。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, we are back. So now we found out that Midas has turned his daughter into gold accidentally. So it looks like everything is working out perfect for Midas.
Okay, well, let's find out what is going to happen to Midas. Does he want to turn his daughter back?
Wow. Well, I wouldn't. But let's see what happens next time. We'll see you tomorrow.
As soon as King Midas woke up, he started touching things. They all turned into gold. Midas was very excited and pleased. His golden touch made everything more precious. Then Midas sat down to have breakfast with his daughter. However, the golden touch stopped him from eating and drinking. That concerned Midas. His daughter noticed that and quickly threw her arms around him. Midas hugged his daughter back and gave her a kiss. When there was no answer from her, Midas realized what he did. He turned his daughter into gold.
我们来复习一下这一课的重点单字跟文法。单字的部分 pleased 形容词愉悦的，感到满意的。Precious 形容词昂贵的，有价值的。Concern 动词使担心。Hug 动词拥抱。接着我们来看文法的部分。Wake up 醒来。What time did you wake up this morning? 你今天早上几点醒来？ A throws A's arms around B. A 拥抱 B， 意思跟 A hugs B 是一样的。Ken didn't know what to do when Lisa threw her arms around him. 也就可以说 Ken didn't know what to do when Lisa put her arms around him. 它也等于 Ken didn't know what to do when Lisa hugged him. Ken 在 Lisa 抱住他时不知所措。A gives B a kiss. A 亲吻 B.In Lance's family, they don't usually give each other kisses. Lance 一家人通常不会亲吻彼此。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，那我们下一课再见喽，拜拜。
Welcome to Which One Fits, the game where we tackle confusing English words.
I can't wait to dive in.
Today, we're going to sort out the difference between trip and travel.
But before we dive in, let's go over how the game works.
In Which One Fits, we'll read a sentence with a blank, and you have to choose between trip and travel.
So join us and challenge your English intuition.
All right, first up. His love of blank has taken him to more than 30 countries in the past 5 years. Which one fits?
That's definitely travel.
Spot on. Travel refers to the overall experience of going to different places, not a specific journey. Next one. We went on a weekend blank to the mountains to relax and hike. Which one fits?
That must be trip.
Right. A trip is a journey usually lasting a short time.
Nice. I think I'm getting better at this game.
All right, time for a breakdown.
First, travel can be used as a noun to talk about the general activity of traveling. For example, her job as a flight attendant involves a lot of travel throughout the year.
It is also commonly used as a verb, meaning to go from one place to another, usually over long distances. For instance, he likes to travel around the world to experience different cultures.
Now, trip is a noun that usually refers to a short journey or outing, often for leisure or a specific purpose. For example, I'm planning to take a trip to the countryside to get away from the city noise.
Right. A simple way to remember. Travel usually focuses on the overall concept of going somewhere, while trip is about the journey or experience itself.
Exactly. Once you see the difference, it becomes pretty clear.
And here's the cool part. You can have both in the same sentence. She has a strong passion for travel, so every summer she plans a trip to a new country.
You'll also notice that travel is an uncountable noun, while trip is countable.
Right. Now you'll never mix them up again.
Until next time, keep exploring. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.